Welcome in to this edition of Great City Attractions. Today we visit the capital of Sweden. These are the great city attractions of Stockholm. Riddarholmen Church. Significant in the landscape and significant in Swedish history. The church has been used as a royal burial site for a number of centuries. Thus, a number of Swedish monarchs are buried here. The building itself dates back towards the late 1200s. With some of the original features of the church still in place from this period. Stockholm City Hall, another of the great tourist attractions of Stockholm. It's within the City Hall, completed in 1923, that the Nobel Prize banquet takes place after the official ceremony. The Blue Hall houses the largest organ in the whole of Scandinavia, while the Swedish pop duo Roxette used the building to stage their Fading Like a Flower music video. Gamla Stan, the Old Town. This loved part of Stockholm has been present here since the 13th century, and it is home to a number of prominent buildings. The colourful houses of the main square present a wonderful sight. The Stockholm Stock Exchange building, the Stockholm Cathedral, the Nobel Museum, which tracks the history of the Nobel Prize, and a number of famous statues are placed around this most interesting part of the city. Drottningholm Palace, a popular tourist attraction in the city of Stockholm. This palace is the official private residence of the Swedish royal family. The interior style of the building has kept pace with changing trends, with Rococo styling being taken up in the 18th century prior to the palace falling from royal favour. The Palace Theatre and Chinese Pavilion are just some of the highlights of the grounds. Vasa Museum, a site that most will not forget in a hurry. The interior of this great museum houses the remains of a near fully preserved 17th century ship, namely the Vasa. The ship sunk on her maiden voyage of 1628. The museum and its unique star draws large crowds, with over 1 million visitors a year showing up to see the impressive ship. If you're enjoying this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel below. The Royal Palace of Stockholm, the primary and official residence of the Swedish royal family. The vast building, which was completed in 1760, holds the offices and royal court of Sweden, along with a massive room count of more than 1,400. Features of the interior include the Hall of State, the Royal Chapel, the Treasury, and an archive of palace affairs. A number of museums can also be visited within the palace. Djurgarden. Tourists flock to this island every year. Indeed, many of the tourist attractions that we've mentioned already are situated here. Further major attractions on the island include the ABBA Museum, tracking the rise and history of the popular Swedish band. There's also a number of amusement parks and gardens along with a heritage tramway. Parliament House, the Parliament with an island home. Situated in the Old Town, this is the seat of the Swedish Parliament. The building was completed in 1905 and showcases both neoclassical and Baroque architectural features. The Parliament is open to all who wish to visit, with popular tours also taking place. If you fancy yourself a politician, then get yourself down to Parliament House. Skansen, a look back into the ways of days gone by, can be seen with a stroll around Skansen. One of the popular tourist attractions of Stockholm, this open-air museum transports people back to the pre-industrial era. A replica 19th century town, fit with demonstrations of the crafts of the time, will be sure to educate those that venture here. There's also an open-air zoo on the site. That concludes this edition of Great City Attractions. Subscribe to the channel below. What's your favourite place to visit in Stockholm?